Please welcome to the stage,
Ciocci.
You guys want to? Okay. It's great to be here tonight at Zine Not Dead. I had no idea. I just moved here from Ohio, and I had no idea that there would be such a huge Zune community in Chicago. So I feel right at home. I had a Zune, and for years I felt like after Zune left, that would be it. And then moving here, like I said, 6 months ago to teach at DePaul University, that I felt like, okay, Zune is in my past. There's no more Zune for me. And then I got here, and I got invited to Zine Not Dead. So I'm really excited to so let's just take a trip down memory lane and look at some Zunes. I opened up the Chrome browser and I'm searching for Zune. Which Zune did you guys have? This is how I felt until I got to Chicago. This is a cool picture. This is also how I felt. Zune versus whatever that is on the other side. You guys are really into Zoom, huh? This one I liked a lot too. The brown one. Got a button on the middle. Touched it. Zune versus. Again, there's a theme you can notice in obviously, you guys all being Zune experts. You can see a theme here with Zune versus whatever that other thing is. What was your guys' first Zune? Anybody want to talk about them? Gray? Yeah, the gray one was cool. Okay, so I moved here from Ohio. I gotta get back on stage. Feels so good on stage. I moved here from a rural town in Ohio, but I was teaching there, and at a small college there, and I had to go to the gym every night, just to get through it, you know. Planet Fitness. How many of you guys go to Planet Fitness? $10 a month. $20 a month if you get the black card, which is not a bad deal in my opinion. I have a black card, which means I can go to any Planet Fitness in the world. So I got that because, you know, like our previous performer, I struggle with fear, and that's an assumption. I shouldn't say that our previous performer struggles with fear. I also can relate to the idea, or would like to say that I make art about fear. And so I also need to go to Planet Fitness whenever and wherever I can. So what I would do driving around Ohio is after class I would just go drive to the closest Planet Fitness. And on my way to those Planet Fitnesses, I would record my thoughts on my Zune. Just kidding. No, on my iPhone. And so I'm gonna play you some of those recordings. So this is me, last couple of years, driving to Planet Fitness and playing these recordings for you guys. And then I'm gonna also maybe I don't know. I had this idea that I would try and make I haven't made a comic. I know this is a comic reading. I haven't made a comic in like a really long time, like since 2010. So I thought I might try and do that right now while we listen to my Planet Fitness rants on the way to Planet Fitness. And then to end it off, we're gonna look at a Zune some more. We're gonna definitely look at more Zunes, but we're also gonna. We're gonna definitely look at more Zunes. But we're also gonna maybe we're gonna. You'll see. Okay, so first we're just gonna listen to these voice memos that I made when I was on my way to Planet Fitness, and then we're gonna play it by ear because I've already wasted like a lot of your time, and I just want to be honest. I'm very impressed with this group of people tonight, and it's I was living in Pittsburgh. I've lived in the big New York City. I've lived in a small town in Ohio, and never have I seen, like I said, such a rich, deep Zune community. So yeah, I'm just happy to be talking about Zune. Honestly, like it's just I'm happy to be publicly talking about Zune and caring about it openly. It just seems like so many people have forgotten the technology that Microsoft built. Should I do the Planet Fitness stuff, or should I just end with okay? All right, okay. Oberlin College. That's where I was teaching for 2 years. Yeah. Art professor. Oh, by the way, this is this banana that I just ate. I also had a funny idea that it'd be cool if I was like this, and then I was like this. And I was talking about Zunes. Would that have been... Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so... I'm going to try and pull up some of my Planet Fitness rants. You can see they're labeled by content here. Demons, don't listen, same thoughts, sick. And then Feel the Pain is the soundtrack. So this is what's going to... Oh yeah, iTunes. That's cool. Just give it some time. Similar to Zune, iTunes is a program that gets a lot of hate. But any program that gets hate is sort of like an underdog program that then I'm gonna want to use even more. See if I can do this with two hands. With one hand. Control, open with QuickTime Player. Audacity? Should we just edit a sound file together? Okay. Okay, this is the soundtrack for the whole thing tonight. It's called Feel the Pain. It's a song by Dinosaur Jr. The lyrics go, I feel the pain of everyone, and then I feel nothing. So we're just going to listen to that down here. Lower right. And I'm going to start with some of these voice memos. Let's go with just Desperation, maybe? Oh, fuck. Okay. Open with QuickTime. This is cool. Down here. Feels like out here, days can go by without me saying a single important thing to anyone, or even saying an important thing to myself, and I just lose track of time to the point where it just feels like time. I think it might be one of the reasons why I just have this feeling of,
an amorphous, the shapeless blob. Time doesn't seem to pass out here. And
just pause for a second. How are you guys doing with this? All right, cool. 3 more minutes of this, and then there's like hours worth of it on my voice memo machine. But we're just gonna listen to a couple more of these, and then I also wanted to introduce a new variable in the mix, which is this is the idea. I'm teaching animation into Paul, and there's this thing there's this thing in animation called a smear. Let's see if I can pull it up. A smear in animation is like the easiest way to describe it is just for me to go like this. Okay, so So a smear, backing it up to the beginning here of this animated GIF. Smear is when you have like multiple frames at the same time in animation, but it's meant to make it seem like the speed of the action is happening faster than the frame can capture. But of course, that makes no sense in animation because you're drawing it. So it's a trick. It's a really clever trick that animators developed in the 40s. So the animation smear is something that I've been really excited about since I was little, but also since becoming an animation professor. And you can see here that when you go through them slowly, they look really cool. And when you go through it fast, they look cool. And I think that that's cool, that it's both cool when it's slow and fast. I also think that it's cool that these look like incredible works of art as single frame and and moving fast through it like that. Again, another way of saying cool would be to say incredibly good looking piece of art. So, the moral of the story is that when I am driving around in Ohio, I'm thinking about my life and just feeling really like I've got to, I'm lost. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing in Ohio, and I'm on my way to the gym to work out. I kind of feel like these frames in between here, in between, they're stuck in between. You know what I mean? Like a paradox is how I would describe it. It's sort of like I'm not here nor there, and honestly, nobody cares. Like that's really the biggest thing to take away from this is that feeling. The feeling, I'm trying to get to that feeling that you feel when you're all alone and you're trapped in between frames and nobody cares. So let's just keep listening to this audio.
It makes sense why I would have these bizarre moments waking or asleep where I know that everything is so inconsequential and I don't even feel alive. Like I start to question, everything feels so unimportant that I start to question, like I really
gonna pull up some more smears for you guys.
Question what my name is or how old I am, and I know it's not because I'm senile or I'm actually, my brain is
2 microphones now.
It's like it's philosophical or emotional or spiritual or whatever word you want to use, but it's kind of about me knowing that I've lost any sense of time or direction or shape. And on the one hand, I'm on the way to the gym right now, and on the one hand, it feels good to get out of my hole and deal with my problems. And talking into this microphone helps do that too, because art is therapy. But again, I guess I just feel like I wonder if I create problems so that I can solve them, and that I've created my own mental problems so that I can solve it, so that I sleep all day so that I can go to the gym in a desperate attempt to save my life. And that's actually really how it feels, is like I'm going to the gym to save my life. And it just seems like this is the pattern. It's been the pattern for 37 years, or, long enough that it feels might as well be 37 years. So why do I even fight it? But again, I don't know, there's something about this fighting, rebellious attitude that I have, not only against myself, but against the world, that is maybe somehow important, even though it makes me resent every single day, and resent a lot of things that I think a lot of other people don't resent and kind of can fluidly deal with. Fluidly is such a bad word. Just, they don't even deal with it. They don't, because it's not a problem for them. Just all these little things that normal people seem to just be able to do that I can't.
That's a good one.
Even if I try and put my mind to it, I can't seem to accomplish or do. And I guess maybe the real addiction is that I feel like I have to put myself in these desperate places in order to be creative. And if you think about it right now, that's what I'm doing. I didn't do anything, literally didn't do anything all day today in order to get myself so worked up that I, out of desperation, got into the car and started recording my voice on the way to the gym. So, I can say I want peace, but maybe I don't. Maybe I want to keep feeling stirred up and angry or dissatisfied or confused, because maybe that's the place that I feel most creatively at home, and maybe I've decided that my creative home is more important than my sense of well-being, which is feels sad to say that out loud, but it's something I would never tell anyone else to do. But what can I say? I guess I have known that my creative life is like the meaning of my life. So that's the key.
Okay, so there's a lot of those. You like that? Oh wow, that's very supportive group. So I make those when I'm on the way to the gym. That one's called Desperation. Then I had a breakthrough with these, and I realized it'd be funny if they were like viral viral Facebook videos. So, I can't do VLC right now. I just can't handle VLC right now. So, gonna open it with actually same thoughts. They're all pretty good. Don't worry, this is like the last thing. So we're gonna.
I can't figure out how to get past this feeling that every single this.
You know how like on Facebook there's those videos that are really like high energy videos, like the kind of things, shareable content is a word I've heard. So, two words, shareable content. There's just like this sort of high energy kind of like big bang for your buck kind of content online these days. Well, I thought it'd be cool if I used that and tried to do that with my voice memos that I record on the way to the gym. So that's what this is. And like I said, I'm about to wrap it up. I'm just going to play this and try and do a comic real quick for you guys. Any questions, by the way? I feel like I haven't really like looked anybody in the eye yet. Yeah. Say that again. Oh. That's hilarious, because I was actually going to talk about how I used to draw comics on receipt paper tonight, but I decided not to because I thought it would be too boring. But you have just proven me wrong, which, yeah, I used to draw comics on receipt paper as a way to avoid having to put drawings in boxes. You know what I mean? Like when you're drawing on a piece of paper, you kind of intentionally, or not intentionally, but you kind of want to like cut it into little squares and put the shapes in the squares, you know. But I was trying to do a different thing, which is draw without doing that. So, what was your question? What was it? Am I going to draw? Am I going to do that? Should I do that right now? Can you make a document that's unlimited in length in Photoshop? Let's try. File, new. Inches. Did you hear that sound? That's the sound of God. What's the biggest number you guys can think of? 12, yeah. This is definitely getting dangerous now. This is getting really avant-garde. Like, this might crash the computer, which might end the performance. Are you willing to take that risk? I'm not. No, okay, I'll do it. Fuck it. YOLO. Aww. Okay. Continue. Nobody reads that stuff. Okay. We're in. We did it. Okay. Okay, so let's make a comic in this document size while we listen to my voice memos. And shouldn't take too long. It's only 4,166 inches long. No problem. We can do that as a group. I'll just work on it here. Oh, I know what to do. I know it. Okay, let's start this though. Play.
I can't seem to get past this problem where I just have the same thoughts over and over again. The boat has sailed, and there's no point in trying to yell to bring the boat back. and that's what's driving me crazy, is just these repeated thoughts. And that
dropping the gradient.
Don't go anywhere, there's no progression. It just feels like everything is the monotony of it starts to wear on you in a whole nother way. Can't figure out how to use that monotony or grow. It's just
oh my God.
It's not like I don't do things or that I'm not trying to do things. I just all of the excitement of having a new thought or thinking of the possibilities that I hadn't thought of before, imagining a life path that could be anything, and it's just going to go downhill from here, I guess. And the boat has sailed. There's no point in trying to yell to bring the boat back. And I feel like I screwed up, that I didn't figure out a way to be, or a path that was more fulfilling in one of any number of ways. There could have been a lot of different ways to have this be more manageable, and I just feel like the boat has sailed. There's no point in trying to yell to bring the boat back as far as I can see it. I guess that's the main problem, is the sort of that believing that the boat has sailed is
pushing
the problem.
It here.
I don't know why I believe that. I don't know why am I doing this to myself. Maybe I need to forgive myself for doing this to myself, but I can't. I can't seem to figure that out either. I feel like I'm wasting my life. The boat has sailed. There's no point trying to yell to bring the boat back. That feeling is hard to escape. I go every day. No matter what I do, no matter what thoughts I have, they seem to cycle back to that.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to anybody about it.
All right, that's it. Thanks a lot. Can't wait for the next Zine Not Dead. Thanks.